In the quaint town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst dense forests and fog-covered hills, there stood an ancient mansion known as Ravenwood Manor. The mansion had been abandoned for decades, its once grand facade now weathered and overgrown with ivy, its windows shattered and its halls echoing with eerie whispers of the past. Local legends spoke of the mansion's former inhabitants, the Ravenwood family, who were said to have practiced dark arts and made pacts with supernatural beings. Tales of disappearances and strange happenings plagued the town for generations, all somehow connected to Ravenwood Manor. One stormy night, a young historian named Amelia arrived in Willow Creek, driven by her fascination with the occult and a desire to unravel the mysteries surrounding Ravenwood Manor. Armed with old manuscripts and her unwavering curiosity, she ventured into the mansion, ignoring the warnings of the townsfolk who believed the place to be cursed. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of decay. Amelia's footsteps echoed through the empty halls as she searched for clues, guided by the faint glow of her lantern. Strange symbols adorned the walls, and the floor creaked beneath her with each step. As she explored deeper into the mansion, Amelia stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed behind a tapestry depicting a sinister ritual. In the chamber, she found an ancient tome bound in black leather, its pages filled with cryptic runes and arcane diagrams. The book seemed to pulse with a strange energy, as if beckoning her to uncover its secrets. Driven by a mix of fear and fascination, Amelia began translating the text, piecing together fragments of spells and incantations that promised untold power and forbidden knowledge. But with each translation, she felt a growing sense of unease, as if something malevolent was watching her every move. Days turned into weeks as Amelia became consumed by her research, her obsession with the Ravenwood family and their dark legacy growing stronger with each passing hour. She barely slept, haunted by vivid dreams of shadowy figures and whispered warnings. One fateful night, as a blood-red moon rose over Willow Creek, a series of chilling events unfolded. The townsfolk reported strange lights flickering in Ravenwood Manor, accompanied by unearthly screams that echoed through the mist-shrouded hills. Amelia, now deep in the throes of her investigation, was nowhere to be found. Some claimed she had finally succumbed to the malevolent forces that lingered within the mansion, while others whispered of her striking a deal with dark entities in exchange for knowledge too powerful for mortal hands. Whatever the truth, one thing remained certain. Ravenwood Manor had claimed yet another victim to its timeless mysteries, leaving Willow Creek to ponder the secrets that lay buried within its walls for centuries to come. Months passed since Amelia's disappearance, yet Ravenwood Manor remained a forbidden place, its dark allure drawing occasional curious souls who dared to venture near. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about strange occurrences, lights flickering in the mansion's windows at night, unearthly whispers drifting on the wind, and shadows that seemed to move of their own accord. Among those captivated by the mystery was Samuel, a local journalist with a keen interest in the supernatural. Unlike many others who feared Ravenwood Manor, Samuel was driven by a relentless curiosity to uncover the truth behind its eerie reputation. Armed with a camera and a determination to document whatever he found, Samuel embarked on his own investigation. One crisp autumn evening, beneath a sky streaked with fading hues of orange and purple, Samuel made his way through the overgrown path leading to Ravenwood Manor. The mansion loomed ahead, its silhouette a stark contrast against the darkening sky. He approached cautiously, his footsteps muffled by fallen leaves and the distant hum of nocturnal insects. Drawing closer, Samuel noticed something peculiar. A faint, ethereal glow emanating from one of the shattered windows on the upper floor. Heart racing, he pressed forward, navigating the tangled undergrowth until he reached the mansion's imposing front entrance. The door, weathered and half ajar, beckoned him inside like a gaping maw. With a deep breath, Samuel crossed the threshold into Ravenwood Manor. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the occasional creak of floorboards beneath his feet. His flashlight cast long shadows along the walls, revealing faded wallpaper adorned with intricate but faded patterns. Samuel explored room after room, each one shrouded in silence and mystery. He captured photographs of forgotten furniture draped in dusty sheets, shattered mirrors reflecting fractured glimpses of his own apprehensive expression, and crumbling portraits of the Ravenwood family whose eyes seemed to follow his every move. As he ascended a grand staircase, its steps groaning under his weight, Samuel felt a chill run down his spine. The glow he had seen from outside grew stronger, drawing him towards a partially open door at the end of a dimly lit hallway. He pushed it open slowly, his heart pounding in anticipation. Inside the room, Samuel discovered a scene that defied all rational explanation. The walls were adorned with intricate sigils drawn in what appeared to be blood, their crimson lines pulsating with an otherworldly energy. In the center of the room, bathed in an eerie light, stood a pedestal upon which rested an ancient tome, identical to the one Amelia had unearthed. Samuel approached cautiously, his hands trembling as he reached out to touch the book. Its pages fluttered as if moved by an unseen breeze, revealing text written in a language that seemed to shift and writhe before his eyes. Unable to resist, he began translating the arcane script, his mind racing with both fear and fascination. Hours passed in a blur as Samuel delved deeper into the forbidden knowledge contained within the tome. He uncovered spells of summoning and binding, rituals to commune with entities from realms beyond mortal comprehension. With each translated page, he felt the weight of ancient power pressing down upon him, tempting him with promises of understanding and control. But as dawn broke over Willow Creek, Samuel's reverie was shattered by a sudden realization. The malevolent presence that had haunted Ravenwood Manor was growing stronger, its influence seeping into his mind like a creeping fog. Shadows danced in the corners of the room, whispers echoed in his ears, urging him to delve deeper, to embrace the darkness that lurked within the ancient tome. In a moment of clarity, Samuel tore himself away from the book, its pages snapping shut with a resounding thud. He staggered back, gasping for breath as he struggled to regain control of his thoughts. The air around him grew heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the faint rustle of pages as the tome lay dormant on the pedestal. With trembling hands, Samuel gathered his camera and fled from Ravenwood Manor, leaving behind the haunting echoes of his encounter with the forbidden knowledge within. As he emerged into the crisp morning air, he vowed never to return, haunted by the realization that some mysteries were not meant to be unraveled, that some secrets were best left buried within the shadows of the past. Weeks passed since Samuel's harrowing encounter at Ravenwood Manor. The events of that night had left an indelible mark on his mind, haunting his dreams and consuming his thoughts during waking hours. Despite his vow to never return, the allure of the ancient tome and its tantalizing secrets continued to gnaw at his curiosity. Samuel found himself poring over the photographs he had taken that night, searching for clues and hidden meanings in the eerie images. The sigils etched on the walls seemed to pulse with a life of their own in the photographs, their meaning eluding him despite countless hours of research and analysis. Meanwhile, whispers of his encounter spread through Willow Creek like wildfire. Some whispered that Samuel had unleashed a malevolent force that now roamed the shadows of Ravenwood Manor, while others speculated that he had fallen victim to the same dark temptations that had ensnared Amelia. Haunted by guilt and a desperate need for answers, Samuel sought solace in the company of Rebecca, a local librarian known for her extensive knowledge of folklore and the occult. Rebecca had always been intrigued by the mysteries surrounding Ravenwood Manor, but she approached them with a cautious skepticism born of years spent studying the obscure and unexplained. Together, Samuel and Rebecca delved into ancient texts and forgotten manuscripts, piecing together fragments of lore and legend that hinted at the true nature of the Ravenwood family's dark practices. They uncovered tales of forbidden rituals conducted under the light of the full moon, of pacts made with entities from the realms beyond, and of a curse that bound the mansion and its secrets to the fate of those who dared to seek them. As their research progressed, Samuel and Rebecca began to unravel the intricate web of deceit and darkness that had enshrouded Ravenwood Manor for centuries. They discovered that the mansion had once been a center of occult activity, a place where the Ravenwood family had delved into the forbidden arts in their quest for power and immortality. Yet, amid the tales of darkness, Samuel and Rebecca also uncovered stories of hope and redemption, of brave souls who had resisted the lure of forbidden knowledge and had sacrificed everything to protect Willow Creek from the malevolent forces that lurked within Ravenwood Manor. Armed with newfound understanding and a renewed determination, Samuel and Rebecca prepared to confront the lingering evil that had plagued their town for generations. They gathered ancient artifacts and prepared protective wards, steeling themselves for a final, desperate battle against the darkness that threatened to consume them all. Under the light of a waning moon, Samuel and Rebecca returned to Ravenwood Manor, their hearts heavy with the weight of the task ahead. The mansion loomed before them, a silent sentinel cloaked in shadow and secrets. They ascended the grand staircase once more, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls as they neared the chamber where Samuel had encountered the ancient tome. But as they reached the threshold, a chilling realization washed over them. The malevolent presence that had haunted Ravenwood Manor was stronger than ever, its tendrils of darkness reaching out to ensnare them both. Shadows writhed along the walls, and the air grew thick with the stench of decay and despair. With a shared glance of determination, Samuel and Rebecca pressed forward, their resolve unshaken despite the palpable fear that gripped their hearts. They entered the chamber and confronted the ancient tome, its pages fluttering as if in anticipation of their arrival. Together, they recited incantations of protection and defiance, their voices rising above the oppressive silence that surrounded them. The sigils on the walls flickered and faded, their malevolent energy dissipating like smoke in the wind. The ancient tome trembled upon its pedestal, its power waning in the face of their unwavering resolve. And then, in a blinding flash of light, the darkness that had plagued Ravenwood Manor for centuries was banished once and for all. The mansion trembled as if relieved of a great burden, its walls echoing with a final, mournful sigh. As dawn broke over Willow Creek, Samuel and Rebecca emerged from Ravenwood Manor, their spirits weary but victorious. The curse that had plagued their town for generations had been lifted, thanks to their courage and determination to confront the darkness head-on. They stood together amidst the ruins of the ancient mansion, its secrets now laid bare, and its malevolent legacy consigned to history. The townsfolk gathered around them, their faces filled with awe and gratitude for the heroes who had saved their home from the grip of darkness. But as Samuel and Rebecca looked upon the crumbling facade of Ravenwood Manor one last time, they knew that their journey was far from over. The mysteries of the ancient tome still lingered in their minds, tempting them with promises of forbidden knowledge and untold power. With a silent vow to remain vigilant against the lure of the unknown, Samuel and Rebecca turned away from Ravenwood Manor and began the long journey back to Willow Creek. They knew that their struggle against darkness would continue, but they faced the future with renewed hope and a newfound strength born of their shared victory over the shadows of the past. As Samuel and Rebecca returned to Willow Creek, a palpable sense of relief washed over the town. The curse that had plagued Ravenwood Manor for centuries seemed truly vanquished, and whispers of gratitude and admiration spread among the townsfolk. For the first time in generations, there was a glimmer of hope that Willow Creek could finally find peace. However, despite the apparent calm that settled over the town, Samuel and Rebecca could not shake the lingering feeling of unease that had taken root in their hearts. The ancient tome, with its promises of forbidden knowledge and unimaginable power, continued to haunt their thoughts. They knew that their encounter with the darkness of Ravenwood Manor was only the beginning of a greater, more perilous journey. In the weeks that followed, Samuel delved deeper into his research, scouring libraries and archives for any mention of the Ravenwood family and their occult practices. Rebecca, too, immersed herself in ancient texts and manuscripts, seeking clues that might shed light on the true nature of the tome and its origins. Their efforts led them to discover a network of secret societies and arcane orders that spanned centuries, each one connected to the mysteries of Ravenwood Manor in ways they had never imagined. They uncovered tales of ancient alliances forged with beings from beyond the veil, of wars fought in the shadows for control of mystical artifacts and lost knowledge. As Samuel and Rebecca pieced together the fragments of this hidden history, they began to understand the true significance of their struggle against the darkness. The ancient tome was not merely a repository of spells and rituals. It was a key to unlocking a power that could reshape the very fabric of reality itself. But with knowledge came danger, and Samuel and Rebecca soon found themselves pursued by those who sought to wield the tome's power for their own nefarious ends. Dark figures lurked in the shadows, their eyes filled with a hunger for the forbidden knowledge that Samuel and Rebecca had uncovered. Fearing for their safety and the safety of Willow Creek, Samuel and Rebecca resolved to confront the looming threat head-on. They gathered allies among the townsfolk, brave souls who had witnessed the darkness firsthand and were willing to stand against it. Together, they formed a clandestine resistance, dedicated to protecting their town from the ancient evils that threatened to engulf it once more. Under the cover of night, Samuel, Rebecca, and their allies ventured into the heart of Ravenwood Manor once again. The mansion, though now cleansed of its malevolent presence, still echoed with the whispers of its dark past. They navigated its labyrinthine corridors and hidden chambers, each step bringing them closer to a confrontation that would determine the fate of Willow Creek and beyond. Finally, they reached the chamber where the ancient tome had once rested. Its presence loomed over them like a silent specter, its pages shimmering with a faint, otherworldly glow. Samuel approached cautiously, his hand trembling as he reached out to touch the book that had consumed his thoughts and dreams for so long. But before he could make contact, a chilling voice echoed through the chamber, a voice filled with malice and ancient power. The dark figures emerged from the shadows, their eyes gleaming with a sinister light as they surrounded Samuel, Rebecca, and their allies. "You have meddled in affairs beyond your comprehension," one of the figures hissed, their voice echoing with a cold, unearthly resonance. "The tome belongs to us. Hand it over, and perhaps we will spare your lives." Samuel and Rebecca exchanged a steely glance, their resolve unshaken in the face of the looming threat. They knew that to surrender the tome would be to doom Willow Creek to a fate worse than any they had faced before. With a silent nod, they prepared to defend themselves and their town against the encroaching darkness. The chamber erupted into chaos as spells were cast and blades clashed in the flickering light of torches. Samuel and Rebecca fought side by side, their determination fueled by the knowledge that they fought not only for themselves, but for the future of Willow Creek and all who called it home. As the battle raged on, the ancient tome lay forgotten amidst the chaos, its pages fluttering as if stirred by an unseen wind. In a desperate gambit, Samuel seized the tome and spoke the words of a binding spell he had uncovered in his research. The tome shuddered and emitted a blinding light, trapping the dark figures in a shimmering cage of arcane energy. With a final surge of strength, Samuel and Rebecca banished their foes from Ravenwood Manor, their forms dissipating like smoke in the wind. The chamber fell silent once more, save for the ragged breaths of the victorious resistance and the faint hum of lingering magic. As dawn broke over Ravenwood Manor, Samuel and Rebecca emerged from the ancient mansion, their hearts heavy with exhaustion but buoyed by the knowledge that they had prevailed against the darkness once again. The tome, now safely secured within protective wards, would remain hidden from those who sought to abuse its power. Together with their allies, Samuel and Rebecca vowed to remain vigilant against the return of the ancient evils that lurked in the shadows. They knew that their struggle was far from over, but they faced the future with renewed hope and a steadfast resolve to protect Willow Creek from the darkness that threatened to consume it. And so, the tale of Ravenwood Manor and its dark secrets came to a close, for now. But legends have a way of enduring through the ages, and in the quiet moments between dusk and dawn, whispers of the brave souls who stood against the darkness would echo through the halls of history, a testament to the enduring power of courage, knowledge, and the unbreakable spirit of those who dared to defy the shadows. As the sun rose over Willow Creek, casting its golden light upon the once dreaded Ravenwood Manor, a sense of peace settled over the town. The days that followed were filled with a quiet gratitude among the townsfolk, who had witnessed firsthand the bravery and resilience of Samuel, Rebecca, and their allies. Samuel and Rebecca continued their work, now regarded as heroes by the people of Willow Creek. They dedicated themselves to protecting the town from any lingering remnants of darkness that might still threaten its tranquility. Together, they established a new chapter in the town's history, one of vigilance, unity, and hope for a brighter future. Over time, the memory of Ravenwood Manor began to fade into legend, whispered about in hushed tones by those who dared to remember the dark days when the mansion had cast its shadow over Willow Creek. The ancient tome, safeguarded by powerful wards and hidden away in a secure location, remained a mystery to all but Samuel and Rebecca, who kept a watchful eye over it, ensuring that its secrets would never again endanger their town. Years passed, and Willow Creek prospered under the watchful gaze of its guardians. Samuel and Rebecca grew older, their hair touched with silver, but their resolve remained unyielding. They passed on their knowledge to the next generation, teaching them the importance of courage, wisdom, and the dangers of delving too deeply into the unknown. As for Ravenwood Manor, nature slowly reclaimed its crumbling walls and overgrown gardens, transforming it into a silent sentinel of a bygone era. The mansion stood as a reminder of the town's resilience and the strength of those who had stood against the darkness. Visitors to Willow Creek would sometimes glimpse its weathered facade among the trees, prompting tales of bravery and mystery that would echo through the generations. And so, the tale of Ravenwood Manor came to a close, its secrets buried beneath layers of history and legend. But the legacy of Samuel, Rebecca, and their allies endured, a beacon of hope and inspiration for those who dared to face the unknown and emerge victorious. In the hearts of the people of Willow Creek, their courage would forever shine bright, a testament to the enduring power of light in the face of darkness.